She's
Thank you so much. I'm very fine. Thank you so much for inviting me, Nick. I'm honored. Yes, I turned 42 years. Amazing. Amazing. It's so beautiful. You know the way people say life starts at 40?
okay.
I'm telling you, it becomes natural. You just turn 40 and everything flows. Four years. Make sure
And
you
I would like
invite
to
us.
know,
Yeah.
definitely, I will.
You know, when you turn 40, there are so many things that you look at, especially what you have done way back before you turned 40, your achievement in life, your success, your failures, and what you intend to do, especially when it comes to what you have not achieved. What do you want to do? And then there's that excitement to kengine up, you feel young, energetic, like you're a teenager kind of. Yeah, it was shisha. That was shisha. That was shisha.
But thank you very
You
much.
took shisha.
Thank you so much.
Karibu
But
sana.
now tell me something about self-love, because I understand you really love yourself.
Yes, and that is what I keep on telling people. It's all about you.
Okay.
I keep telling people, and I always tell my friends that, do you know when you die, nobody will ever think about you. And at times, kuna watu, when they pass on, before, at that time, they have regrets of the things they've never achieved.
Yes.
If there's anything you've never done, do it while you can.
Now.
Do it while you're still breathing, my friend. Because when you leave, others will forget about you. Unazikwa sahi, shoo, shoo, shoo. People are going, mvua inanyesha, they disappear.
Ebu eleza wale wase ambao, yani mtu hajipendi. Yani you are working tirelessly. You are earning, you don't have time for yourself.
Yes.
You don't have, you pretend not to have enough money to dress yourself best. Because I know you are among the people that dresses expensively.
Thank you, yes.
You know,
Yeah.
when it comes to these drinks, you drink top notch.
I do.
So ebu ambia wale wase ambao kina wale watu ambao hawana time ya kujienjoy, kujipenda, kujipeleka out nini. Just tell them something.
Let me tell you, it's about me, myself, and I.
Wow.
That's the rule in life. Do you know it will come a point where people will forget who you are? So make sure that you enjoy that moment. You enjoy it to the fullest. If you want to go to party, go and party. Have fun. Have no regrets. I have a friend of mine called Esther, and she told me, I'm one person that when I die a happy person. Reason being, she had had all the dreams, did all the things she wanted in life, so she'll never regret anything in life. I like self-love. And when it comes to self-love, it also involves your self-esteem. How much do you love yourself? What can you do for yourself?
Wow.
Yes, these people will be there, even if I'm married, I know. But what will happen when you're not there?
Yeah.
Your husband will move on. If your wife dies,
Definitely,
she'll
they
also
will.
move on.
They will.
Then you live a kind of life where you think of all the expenses that you need to incur, mpaka you have no time that you have saved money for you, for your own time. I call it my me time. Like hata niseme wacha 10K ni yangu. Hata kama niko na budget ya familia inafika 50 Gs or 100. Yes, treat yourself.
Man.
Ambia mwili pole, si kujaza pesa, ile umejaza pesa kwa account, unapata kuna watu tu, they get that excitement wakienda kwa bank, wanaona tu, do iko kwa account, do iko kwa account. It gives them that happiness. But ikikuja kwa kuspend, ana imagine, hey, kwenda Zanzibar,
Mse ako na do
Maldives.
kwa account. Lakini hawezi akapata time ya
anakuwa mstingy. Inaitwa kwa mstingy. Yaani mzee anaona tu kutoa tu hiyo do aende ku have fun ni shida. But ana prefer akuwe anapata tu do. But hii do hataki hata kuitumia kwingine. Kujaza tu account unaenda unaangalia ka bank statement kana kuambia you have 5 million. Anafurahia na hiyo. Na hiyo 5 million ana kesha usiku na mchana hata analala 4 am. 4 am. Imagine. And you don't go out. You don't want to spend that money. If you're not spending on yourself, why do you want others to spend that money?
When you're gone.
Manze, what is that?
I think it's time people start loving themselves.
Loving yourself is important.
So the other day, I understand the other day you went to Tanganyika?
Zanzibar. I've been to Bweju. I've been to, there's Bweju. And there is this other place. It's also an island.
Okay.
Yes. So I tend to always give myself a break. After every 2 years, I plan and I go outside the country. Wow. Just to relax for some days, 10 days, 7 days. Just go to the beach, you relax. You have someone there where you just order for meals. You take your meals, you have a program for what to do today. If you want to go to, like when I was in Zanzibar, I went to Stone Town. Where you could, there's that place where you could see so many spices. Okay. Yes, you get variety of spices there. Then there is a forest that I also visited. And I was able...
How long does it take you to save for all these self-treatments?
Mostly I do it after every 2 years. So I make sure that every month I save money. So by the time it's 2 years, I already know that in April, when I'm on my own on leave, I'm planning to go.
Do you go alone or you go with your girls or you you consider it private so that you can refresh all time?
There's a time I've gone with my sister, my big sister. Okay. We just had the two of us, sister talk. There's also a time I went with my sister, my friend from Canada.
For how long?
We went there for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes, we stayed there for 2 weeks. Yes. And then I've gone alone also, just to think about myself, think about my life, appreciate myself. Yeah.
So again, there is another issue that I would like to ask you. When many people perceive kupiga sherehe like it is a sin,
yeah.
It is something. I mean, nikienda kupati, yani kwa mfano tu, my mom anaweza uliza, wewe sherehe gani unapiga mpaka asubuhi? Madhe hajui kwamba mimi nimeenda kujistarehesha, yani nipige sherehe, nishibe, hata kama ni chai, nikunywe chai mpaka asubuhi, lakini nipige story na wasee alafu nishibe alafu ni dance, you know. So to the people that believes kupiga sherehe ni dhambi or something that is wrong, let me just talk to them.
I wish I could tell you how much you're losing out. Na it doesn't mean ukienda sherehe we ni mtu wa dhambi. You know, that is the problem people have. That kind we ukienda sherehe, you're a promiscuous person, ni mtu uko tu, you know.
Yeah.
Whether you're a Christian or not a Christian, you're entitled to your own happiness. Yeah. You're entitled. Hata ukienda huko itisha Del Monte. I have friends. Mtu mnaenda naye tu, just sit down, mnapiga sherehe, you talk, but atakunywa tu Del Monte mpaka asubuhi. It doesn't have to be about alcohol.
People could know how much it refreshes.
Yes, it's refreshing, and your mind feels so fresh when you wake up in the morning. Stories za job hakuna, stories za stress za sijui nini hakuna. It's like umejiachilia tu. It's a new you. You're having your time. You're dancing, you're forgetting the issues that you're having. Yeah. It doesn't mean they have been solved, but it has given you a break.
That's right.
Yeah, and that is why you find people are dying of depression. Watu wanakufa because they're not taking their time to enjoy. Mzee anasema, ai we, sijui niko na 10 Gs, hii 10 Gs mtu anataka sijui 5K, sijui nani anataka 3K, sijui hizo 10K zimeisha. Hata ukienda uitishe kitu ya 2K, na ukaetu hapo ujibambe, kawe ni mtu wa kudance, dance tu.
Hebu kuulize, to somebody that has that is fully dependent on salary. Na anapata kitu kama 20,000, so to say. Yule mtu anaweza jitreat na what percentage out of Your 20,000. And remember, they have family responsibilities.
I know.
They have rents to pay, and you know. So, for example, how much do they use for party?
You know, when you talk about partying, it doesn't have to be a lot of money. It doesn't have to be. You can even spare yourself 1,000.
By the way, can I party myself?
You
Just
can.
alone?
You can. How many people do that? Kuna mtu tu anasema tu nataka tu kwenda place, I relax, and you just watch what is happening around.
Or
Una
you can
relax
party,
too.
yeah?
Yes, you can. You don't need to have at least, you need to have a crowd of friends. You can just go, unachukua kama ni sipi yako, unachukua tu hivi.
You just
And you watch you watch what is on TV. If people are dancing, you just look at how the dance is taking place. Ukitaka tapia unaamka una dance and you go back to your drink.
Na wale wase ambao wanajiita ma introverts. Wale ambao wanasema mimi
Manze, introvert ni shida. Introvert kudeal nao ni noma sana. Juu msee ana prefer stories za kukaa tu kwa nyumba. Na anaweza kaka hapo from, let me take an example of my son, and I'm praying I take a few characters from me. Let me tell you, Nick, my son is an introvert. He's in grade 7, and he's one boy that I've tried my best, I think as a mother, to ensure that he goes out. He's that type akiingia kwa nyumba akitoka shule. If it's on a Friday, ataonekana nje on Monday morning. Yes, and when he's going to school. So I've tried pushing him so hard. Naambia, hebu toka nje, enda ucheze. He goes there like 5 minutes. Anakwambia, mom, yes, nimemaliza kucheza. And he's back in the house. And you know, such kind of a child, let me tell you, mtu kama huyo akigrow, hata kuona yote ima na relate na watu. And when issues and challenges come in life, anapata a very difficult life. Kabisa. So what he does, either he plays PS on his phone, ama I watch 2 TV, ama vitabu. That is what he does. And he tells you, ako sawa. Okay. You know, you have to push him. Hata unapata mafriends zake wanakuja hapo nje wanauliza, JD yuko? Mwambia ako. So they get inside the house, wanamuita. Alafu kitu funny, sometimes utampata wakiingia mabeshte hao, anawa entertain na game, na anaenda kwa bedroom.
How does that happen?
Yes, and it has happened a few times. Maka I'll go to the bedroom na
what does he do in the bedroom?
Relax. Ama kwetu na phone yake anacheza, alafu anakuambia nitakuja nimwacha wanacheza na kama. And that is him. So we've been trying, and it is the reason why I had to take him now to public school. Yenye sasa he can meet so many kids. Yes, and he's in a very, very good school right now.
Which school is that?
Moiforces Academy.
Okay.
And the teachers, I love them. They know his behavior, so they are trying to engage him. Especially, she's called Teacher Eunice, his class teacher, and I want to congratulate her a lot. She's been a mother to him.
He's changing.
He's changing. He's social. Hata juzi I was in school. Now you can see the friends looking at him when I was telling him, able to dance kidogo, and he was not, not really comfortable. Wow. Naambia, let's dance. And naambia, angalia ma friends zangu wananiangalia. Yes. So he's in an environment, and I really appreciate that school. That is where my first son went. The second born is also there, and I can see great change in him. Okay. Great. Like he's been there since January.
So being an introvert it is not something that is inborn. It is just something that can be changed with time.
I believe it can be changed. I believe so. Especially right now with what I'm seeing with my son, I believe it can be changed. Okay. If you get the right people, it's very much possible. You know, you decide to be an introvert because I think you want to believe that you're not the type to associate with people outside. That is what I'm learning.
Like low self-esteem.
Yes, something to do with low esteem. But the moment you allow this person, you engage this introvert person, if you're an extrovert and an introvert, so you have to find a way in which you can ensure this introvert comes in and you blend.
Different people comes.
Yes. There has to be an agreement.
Wow.
There has to be an agreement.
Now, said and done. We have an issue that should be talked about and I think we are going to talk about it to some good level.
Okay.
There is this thing called love.
Love, yeah.
Many people have been unable to handle it, regardless of the level of studies, where you come from, your status, you know. Na imetesa watu wengi sana.
Yeah, true.
So, kwa mfano sahi, there is a problem with the coming generation,
yeah,
because they are not able to, you know, to manage. I don't know what to say. Maybe issue na love and drawing a line between their love and loving themselves, because this generation seems to be loving themselves more than keeping this love moving with the other party.
Yeah.
You know. So what do you have to say about that?
When we talk about love, if you ask me, I'll prefer when the kind of love that we had way back, wakati wa wazazi wetu, way back, where I was never there, but I have a story from my dad. I've received stories from my dad, where mnakutana tu and you
just blend.
You just blend, and people move on, and that is their love. But
this issue about the courtship period, we are taking 10 years.
These are the things, as an African, these are the things tuliletewa na wazungu. Yes, and I think through the way they have taught us, imekuja ikakuwa kwa mind yetu sana, so that we come to believe that we need to, you know, court, then come, we are dating, courting, then come marriage. To some it works, to some it does not, and that is why you might find people who date for long, they end up breaking up. Unakutana na mtu na siku 3, and this person marries you.
And eventually it works.
And it works. Utapata umeka mtu, umedate mtu for 7 years. Na mse anakuja na kudit. Hivyo tu.
Anakuambia I see this not work.
Anakuacha tu hivyo kimchezo, you are heartbroken, and you know, for women, sisi tukipenda tumependa. Kwanza unipatie first year relationship, second year, third year, hapa najua nimeanguka. Hapa nimepata jackpot.
Have you had a heartbreak before?
Heartbreak? No. Thank God, I don't, and I am hoping it will never happen. I have never had it.
So you can say nothing about.
I've never been heartbroken, but I've been disappointed.
What's the difference?
I've been disappointed, but I've never been that heartbroken. Like, there's a great difference. Like, there's a way you'll expect someone to behave, you see, and this person disappoints you. But when you're heartbroken, you know, you're so much emotionally drained. Unakuwa emotionally drained, unakuwa stressed. You know, you might even fall into depression. And that is very bad. And that is what happens with us women. When we love deep. Yeah. We love very much. So, mapenzi ya siku hizi ni funny. And I want to blame maybe the way people were brought up when it comes to love. Teach your child to let go. That is where we are failing. Like, onyesha huyu mtoto, it's okay to have it, and it's okay not to have it. So wakati mtoto wako anakuitisha kitu, na you're always giving the kid, always. So huyu mtoto amezoea, it's my right. I need to have it. So when these kids grow up, they start having a relationship, and this woman ends up telling him, Mimi, sikutaki.
We cannot continue.
Sikutaki. Mse anaonaje?
By the way, when it comes to hapo, speaking about sikutaki. First of all, ukuna dema ameambia boy kwamba hamtaki. Si kuna kwanga na boy mwingine anangoja tu mahali tu yani.
Yes, kuna mwenye pia anangoja tu.
Kuna mtu ako parking tu mahali.
It depends. Kuna ule mse mwenye anaweza kangoja that opportunity yenye the moment dem ameachana na uchali, he uses the opportunity. Na kuna ile dem anakwambia it's not possible, not because she has someone else, but she knows this relationship is not going anywhere. And I have a kid who is in high school. You know, just last I was making a joke on him. Namuliza, we dem akikuacha utafanyaje? I know what my son told me. Mom, huyu dem akiniacha sina relax na kuja na Move on.
But it is easier said than done.
And I'm hoping when he grows up and he's above 18 years,
Yes.
and he knows what is a relationship, he'll learn to move on. And that is what I try to teach him, because I know with our current teenagers, as they are growing, si kama sisi back then, these kids are very different. So you need to teach them in a way that as they grow, you have time with them. That is what I tend to do. When schools close, I have time with my kids. I have a day for my daughter, I have a day for my second born, and I have a day for my firstborn.
Yes.
And we'll go somewhere. I'll tell them, yes, I'll tell them, what do you want us to do? And my firstborn will say, I would like to go somewhere. And I'll go with him. And we'll sit down, we'll talk, we'll have our wee time. We come in the evening.
I think we got to be doing this thing so that our children can also know what they are supposed to be doing.
Yes, especially men. Men do not create time for their kids. I have never understood why. Hiyo ndio shida. Hiyo kusema kutafuta, that is where the problem comes in. Make me your friend. If you're my dad, make me your friend. Let me know that if I have a problem, I can rush to my daddy. Lakini si kila saa, oh, niko busy job. Oh, when do you have time for your child? And that is why utakuja kusema, ati huyu mtoto anasikiliza mama yake, asikilize baba yake. That is where the problem comes in. Because as a mother, the kid might come to me. But akikukujia, because uko na issue ya job, uko stressed juu unasumbuliwa na boss huko, hata akiku approach tu, umeshaanza kwa, ebu enda kidogo, enda mimi niko. You see? Do you think this kid will come to you? Where will he have the courage? Akuja kuambie, Daddy, I'm going through this and that. So as men, especially for the men, make your child your friend. Yenye akikaa tu hivi, hata kabla nifikirie, anaweza kafikiria baba.
Yeah,
because especially for men. Unaona vijana, wakikuwa teenager, mostly they rush to their mothers. Make your son your friend. That is the best thing in life. Do not condemn him. Alafu unajua kama mzazi, especially the men wanataka kuonyesha they are the ones in authority. Na ukali. It's not good at all. It's not healthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's so educative, eh?
Yes. Thank you.
So hebu tuache hayo ya watoto kidogo because wanaume kweli wame kind of sisi wanaume tumeshift upande wa kutafuta sana mpaka tunasahau watoto. Lakini sasa me being one of them, I do believe a man should provide. And there is no excuse at all.
No excuse at all. No excuse.
So peer you mothers should teach our children that your dad, if you should not talk to them daily, at least once, so that these children cannot forget it.
Yeah.
You know. So let me ask you something else that is so controversial. And be honest, right?
Yes, definitely.
You will definitely. You must be.
I shall be honest.
I saw somewhere
that
every married woman has that one guy and not her husband that touches her heart. How true is that?
I won't say no.
It blew my mind.
I won't say no because it will be a lie. There is always that friend so close to you. Bestie. Now, you know now people confuse and assume if you are friends, hakuna vile chali na dame, a woman and a man can be friends.
Yes.
It's very much possible.
It's possible.
There's a lot that women go through.
Yeah.
And at times you need that male friend. Mwenye tu una open up and will not judge you and he will guide you as a man. Na kuambia, my sister, it's like this and like.
Lakini sasa, you realize some of these men that you are calling bestie, watakuwa bestie with some hidden interest.
Now, that means that is not a friend. That is not a friend. But we can always have.
You'll not know he's not a friend until he has, he's done what is.
No, you know, someone who is
unacceptable.
Someone who is a friend you respect the friendship.
Okay.
And know this is the boundary
Okay.
that we have. She's my friend, I respect that.
Okay.
He's my friend, I respect that. You don't take someone during her fragile moments. Wakati, at the point of weakness, you want to take advantage.
Yeah.
That is not a friend. That is someone who was waiting for that opportunity,
Yes.
a slide in.
Okay.
That is not a friend. But you'll always know. You'll always know. Kuna vile tu watu assume, kuna vile dem na Charlie they can be friends. I assure you, it's possible.
It's possible.
Very possible. And this person anaweza wakati you are so down, he can guide you in a way ama advise you mpaka ukitoka hapo, you become a total different person.
Okay.
Hata stress inakutokea.
Wow.
Yes. But kuna ile tu perception that we have that it's not possible, but it's very possible.
Can you now date someone with okay, especially to married people, because me, I'm a millennial, and definitely I'm married.
Yeah.
And I'm married some 11 years ago.
Oh, okay.
You know, so is there a way someone married can date someone else without immoral intentions?
Immoral intention?
Yeah.
Like dating without being?
Somehow attached to sexual being.
You know, when you date, definitely at one point in life, like lazima sexual issues, bana. What kind of dating are you talking about?
Let me know. That's why I'm asking you.
No,
because sometimes people might say, you might see someone say, I'm dating for fun. I mean, we want to know each other, especially, okay, for example, while in the office, we want to know each other better so that we can have a good relationship, working relationship. Can that be possible?
Let me say, when you decide to date, and I know it happens for married couples, like if it's a man, he might be having someone else there. And then, do you know, for men, it's a bit tricky. The moment you start cheating on your wife,
yes,
you'll always change. Kuna vile tu ka character, ka behavior kana change.
yes.
And your wife will know.
Okay.
She'll always know. Hata kama hatakwambia. We have others who either decide not to tell you. We have others who will decide to walk out.
Atalipua, kwani
Na kuna mwenye tu ataamua kama ni hiyo route tunachukua, wacha tusaidia. Usiku tukoroge sije tumepata mcha.
Holy Ghost.
Yes.
Shit.
Yes. Yes.
So, does it mean kuna a woman somewhere, a lady somewhere, ambaye akija kujua bwanake ana cheat naye anamwambia tuanguke nalo?
Hakuna, pia naanguka nayo. And there could be a man who is also eyeing on her. Na aseme, if my husband is busy, why can't I also join the game? Yeah, Whitney Houston said, what? I learned from there?
Yeah.
I learned from the best. Yes, you learned from the best.
Man.
Why? Why should you leave your marriage? Unless if you are walking out of your marriage, umesema, I always tell people, if you want to walk out on your marriage, usijaribu ku walk out na intention ya tena unataka kukua mpango kwa mtu mwingine. Why do you have to leave your marriage at, oh, my husband has cheated on me? So because he cheated, you want to walk out, he has cheated, but you end up being a mpango to someone else.
Okay.
What is that? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So 3 things that you have to do. Either stay in that marriage and join him in cheating.
Yeah.
Walk out, but when you walk out, never ever cheat.
Oh, okay.
Kaa huko, practice celibacy. If you're getting married, get married to someone who does not have another wife.
Yeah.
That is another one. Last option, be mute. Be immune. Tulia tu. Anachapa masherehe zake, madeals zake na warembo. God ana come through aje. God ana come through kama wewe mwenyewe uko na kitu unafanya. Huwezi kusema God ana come through. Kuna zingine hata Mungu anasema amechoka na maombi zako. That you want to change this man.
Yeah.
Kwanza kuna time I think it was someone, was it a preacher or someone who was saying, you cannot keep on praying for a man you want him to change.
Yeah.
Tell God, I want you to change me. nibadilishe mimi, so that I know that my way forward. Should I divorce him? Should I stay in this marriage? Unaona? Na kupatia hiyo grace, you know, to move on. Lakini si tunaombea huyu ulipata mtu na 32 years unangangana kumwombea nini? What will you change in him? Nikuulize Nick, what will you change? Ni nini yenye wazazi wake hawakuchange? Ni nini after all these years before you even got married to him? Then you feel wewe ndio uko better ati ukiolewa kwake ndio utamchange.
Who is more likely to cheat than the other?
It's the man. It's the man.
Are you sure?
A man.
Why do you think so?
Men, women, you know, a woman does. There's a time I told you that when we love deep. Mwanamke akikupenda, you know, she has put all her emotions are there.
And so do we.
No, not for men. You know, a man can be interested in you, but not because he's really in love with you. Physical feature. Anaona kamutu kafiga ni kazuri. Ni light in complexion, yellow, anavuka naye. You know, a man can sleep with a woman lakini hana emotions, hana feelings, just excitement and lust.
Yes.
But for a woman, for her to be even think about being with you,
you must have thought about it.
She has invested. She has invested. But mwanaume anafanya hit and run na anaenda, hata ukimkuta kesho umsalimia anajiuliza, who is she? Huyu ni nani? Mpaka unaanza introduction, unaanza kwamba mimi yule dem tulikuwa naye place fulani. We.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Now, you know, there is something I was thinking about, and I was telling myself, if nowadays we could truly invest in love, and the people that we are investing in love with, they are people that we truly love.
Yes.
We can marriages can be sustainable.
Yes, it can.
Because nowadays, I think we moved into Western culture in such a way that divorce nowadays is not a big issue.
It's not. It's not at all.
But who has failed most? Because I when I was thinking about that, I was feeling like I think both child has failed.
Both parties. If you ask me, it's both parties.
No, let me tell you why. A boy child, uta realize out of 10 or out of 100%, niambie ni wanamwangapi wanakosana na mabibi na wanabaki na watoto wanaambia wake zao waende.
Exactly.
Out of 100. So that is the reason as to why I'm feeling a boy child, I'm a failure.
I think the moment when two people decide to be together and become one, ukiwa na your first child, then your second child, the moment you realize that there's some loopholes, I always tell people, go back. Remind yourselves what brought the two of you together.
Okay.
Always try to do that. If after marriage, ukapata you're too busy, you do not have couples time, just the two of us. Like if I'm married, ni sisi tu, kids are not there, tunaacha watoto nyumbani. Anabaki ida na DM, our domestic manager. And then you create time for your wife. You just go. I have a friend, and when I was still young, our youth, the guy is called Henry, and the wife is called Alice. Yeah. And they used to tell us that every Thursday, it was their date day. They'll go, just the two of them, minus the kids. Every Thursday. Up to now, I think it's over 30 years in their marriage. 30 years. And they still have that tradition. They still do. Every Thursday. And when we were growing up as youth, they would even sponsor us. We used to be both ladies and gents. Okay. I was raised in a Baptist church. So they will sponsor us to Mombasa. And they'll just have time with us and talk to us, encourage us about dating, and even telling us how it is very important if you're married, you spare time for each other. Yeah. Spare time with your wife, spare time for your husband. Mkuwe tu pamoja. And you sit down and just talk. Get foolish. Mkuwe foolish, the two of you. Do some crazy things together.
Just the two of you.
But you know, we fail because mtu akiolewa anaona sasa mimi ni Bwana naye anaona sasa yeye ni mwanaume, he has responsibility. So the crazy jokes that you two used to have starts fading. And that is where marriage starts breaking.
Wow.
Yes, the moment both of us become too busy for the two of us, you start concentrating on the kids. Remember, when God brought the two of you together, kids were not there.
Yeah,
They were not. Even having kids is a bonus. Having kids is just a bonus.
So keep the first love.
Keep the first love. Keep the fire burning.
Okay.
Yes. Do crazy stuff.
But
I say you are your husband's prostitute, and your husband is your pimp. Yes.
You every bit.
Yes.
You.
You are your husband's prostitute, and he is your pimp.
Okay.
Yes.
So I got
Crazy moments together, just the two of you.
Okay.
The fire will always burn.
So you see now the problem is the moment two people have children. Okay, the moment we have children.
Yes.
Children seem to be taking my place.
Yeah.
I think sisi hata si shida sana kama vile mwanamke you know, for example ukua kwa kitanda kwa mfano. Sometimes you realize the woman will concentrate fully na mtoi. You know, have concentration on the bent thing. I mean, atakuwa hapo tu lakini.
Do you know why a woman will end up concentrating on the child?
Yes.
It's because you have also started neglecting her.
Okay.
So she ends up giving her attention to the child.
Yes.
And then there's this point where, how supportive is my husband when it comes to taking care of the baby?
Alright.
Kuna ule mwanaume anaona hiyo ni jukumu ya mwanamke. So she has had the baby the whole day.
Yeah.
She's so worn out. The baby is crying. Pengine ako na colic. This husband comes in. Hata hashughuliki aseme anachukua mtoto. Apatie the wife time to relax.
Yeah.
Now how do you expect her to keep loving you, Sayo? And you're not even supporting her when you're having a toddler with you.
Wow.
When you have a baby, is the responsibility of the two of you. Make turns. Wife yako akilala, mtoto amke saa 9 usiku,
Baby.
try to carry the baby. Akitaka kunyonya, wake her up. Kama ako hiyo period ya 6 months,
Yeah.
she cannot refuse. Akisha feed mtoto, take the baby as the man. Cuddle the child.
Unazunguka naye kwa roho.
Yes, mtoto apoe alale, return the baby. Give your woman also time. Sasa wewe uliona vile ulipatiana mimba, umezalisha yeye, aendelee na hiyo kazi nyingine ya kulea.
Okay.
Take care. It will also bring the bond together. Hata the moment mtoto amelala, you'll also have time for the two of you. Lakini sasa yeye ndio huyo ameng'ang'ana na mtoto huko tu. Unangorota hata usikie mtoto.
Unageuka.
Nani kugeuka? Unasema huyu mtoto anapiga kelele. Seriously. How do you think I'll feel as a woman?
Sisi ile wanaume sisi ile kitu na hii cuts across the board. Sisi wanaume ile kitu hatupendi. Ni kupigiwa kelele, especially when we are tired. Unajua sisi wanaume by the way tunapitia a lot of pressure. Wewe ukua hivi, sometimes haufikiri hata kuhusu kujenga nini bla bla. Unafikiria kuhusu watoi na chakula. Unaona? Lakini sisi wanaume tukishafika nyumbani, home is our place of peace.
When you get home, it's time to be at home and deal with matters in the house. Hizo vitu zingine zinakusumbua, wait until morning. Where are they going? They'll never end. Azitaisha. Why can't you have time and bond with your family? Forget about hizo issues zingine. Ati niko na pressure ya kazi, niko na pressure sijui niko na mjengo, niko na pressure. Those things will always be there. Just have a guideline, have a notebook. Ukijua I have these pending issues, I have these pending issues. Period. Let me refreshen my mind. Even though sababu wanaume wanakufa ovyo mbio. You put so many things in your mind. Unajaza sijui niko natakana kujenga sijui gorofa, natakikana sijui bosi wangu anataka deadline ya kitu fulani, kwa nyumba yangu sijui bibi anataka sijui nini.
But si ni ukweli inatakana.
Yes, even if it's needed, but you don't prioritize it so much mpaka hata we mwenyewe unakonda, watu wanadhani bibi akulishi. Bibi anaona unakonda, unasikia huyu kazi yake ni kukula, ni kukondesha tu kijana ya wenyewe. Love yourself. Even as a man, love yourself.
Now, suppose today you experienced a heartbreak. Would you rather be informed about the heartbreak via a phone call, a text message, or a WhatsApp? Which would you go for?
I'll prefer someone to tell me face to face.
Why?
I'll prefer. It will also allow me to have a closure. Yes. And like when you send me a text message, you know, it doesn't have... Yes, it doesn't have a lot of weight than just face me. Niambie, it's not possible, it won't work.
Okay. So that works better?
I think when you sit down with someone and just talk it out, it works better.
Okay.
It does. It works magic.
Yes.
Compared to someone, how does it? It means you're also a coward. You're a coward. You don't have the need to face me, the courage to face me and tell me it's over. Nitafu. Okay.
So tell me, who's been living rent-free in your heart lately?
Rent-free? Rent-free?
Rent-free.
Mazeo ni kali?
With no charges?
No charges. My husband.
Your husband?
Yes. Rent-free because... You know, I'm working, and he's one person I always want to compare him with others. Yeah. He's one person who is working, and I'm also working, but the only thing I remember in my life I need to cater for is electricity and water.
Wow.
Yes.
No wonder you get all that money for
yes.
For partying
and
treating yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
And it is true, he's one unique man, very unique. Me, personally, I don't think I can trade him for someone else because of the way he has been with me all these years. Okay. When it comes to my hair, I don't pay. I've never used my own cash at Nenda salon.
Yeah, Mazea,
I have never. And I'm not saying it because I'm saying it. Yeah. Salon, he takes care. School fees, paying my DM. Yeah. Mambo za chakula kwa nyumba. He does all the responsibility. Kitu aliniambia, stima na ma. And you know, at times I don't even pay. Nangojea kabili kana pile. Nampigia, ni kubaya. And he pays. And that is a heart, someone who has a heart of gold.
Okay. So all about love, said and done. Suppose you're advising the 20-year self. What can you advise yourself?
20 years. At 20.
Yeah.
At 20. Enjoy while you still can. Okay. Enjoy. Enjoy and be focused. Have a vision, know what you want, have a target in life, what do you want to accomplish, and say maybe by the age I'm 25, I should be having this and that. And it's possible. You know, at 20, that's when now reality sinks in. You're now responsible for yourself. You need to take care of yourself.
From age 20 to how old?
20, I think 25 should do, especially for a lady. By the time you're 25 years, you should now be more focused about settling down. Between 20 and 25, do all the crazy stuff that you want to do.
Because time will come.
Time will come. You'll be having babies to take care of. You'll be having a husband to go home to. So it will limit you.
So there is that one thing that you always feel your parents never told you when you were younger. What thing is that? It's led you to make some few mistakes or some achievements.
I don't think it was a mistake, but wazazi wa kitambo, Mungu wasamehe sana. Wasamehe kabisa.
What happened?
I remember when I turned, this is a story that I still tell people. My hormones, I think they were way. So by the time I was in, by the time I was in grade 5, I was so big. I'd started my menses.
Yeah.
And I remember when I had it, you know, class 5, it's not widely taught by the teachers.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know anything about menstrual periods at all. So I remember this day when I noticed a spot, a red spot, and my sister was in class 8. You can imagine she's older than me. She has not started. And yet I'm in class 5. I've started my menses. So when I saw the spot, I got scared. I was scared, kabisa. And I even thought, I thought that I'm dying.
Did you go to your mother?
No, I went to my sister Jacqueline, na nikamwambia, we, nataka kukuambia kitu, na tafadhali usiambie mam. And she asked me, nini? Nikamwambia, Aki, I'm going to die. I'm bleeding. Nona, spots. Zinatoka?
Yeah, zinatoka.
And I told her not to tell my mom. Kumbe, you know, someone who's already in class 8, she knows what is happening.
She's aware.
So she goes and tells my mom. My mom calls me na ananiambia, kimbia tu kwa duka, uitishe kitu inaitwa nini? Always. And I rushed to the shop, bought Always, came back. So she took me to the bathroom. Na akanipinia. No, she just pinned it. Akaniambia, unaona hivi? Kila mwezi utakuwa unaona kitu kama hii. Na ukiona, eka hivyo. Utakuwa unaniambia na kununulia. And you know the next thing she told me, ukicheza na vijana, utashikwa na
mimba.
Yes. And that is what I knew. Ukicheza. You know, like, hata tukicheza hivi tukishikana,
Mimba.
I knew that is mimba already.
They could have told you openly.
I think our parents were not ready by then. And I became so scared. Mimi, nilikuwa naogopa vijana, shule. I'll not even come close to them at tunacheza, like hata football, sijui nini. I knew ni mimba. I didn't know that it involved sex. I didn't know. That is one thing I keep telling people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people, because I know you are that kind of person that welcomes everybody. When you Luya girl.
Yes. From Bungoma County.
Tunapikiwa kiugali watu tunapikiwa ugali kilo 2 wewe.
Usicheze na Mluya, kwanza mbukusu. Ugali is important.
Nyama, kuna mboga. Unajua saa zingine tukitoka kwako huwa naenda nikijiuliza.
Yes.
Hii ugali tumebakisha itaenda wapi?
I think
it never goes to wastage.
It doesn't.
It is wrong.
It doesn't.
How do you take these people?
You know, if you're a giver and you're one person who doesn't look at, if I'm hosting people, if I'm having friends, I'm expecting something from them. I'm not that type. And I think ningekuwa hiyo type, I would have locked so many people in my life.
That's true.
Yes, I would have. But to me, it's just, at that moment, it's about social gathering, friends catching up, just having fun.
Yeah.
Yes, just connecting with your friends.
But does it feel good? Because there is someone that I heard her saying she doesn't like people into her house.
People are different.
Does it feel good?
People are
Sometimes
different.
We might come into a house, you've prepared everything for us, and there is no time either of us will even appreciate someday and say, hey, nashukuru. At least the effort that you've made, we appreciate you with a loaf of bread. Does it feel good?
I have never thought in that perspective, because the moment I invite my friends over, I invite because I want us to bond. Okay. I want us to sit down and just have a chat as friends. We dance.
Just anybody
we relax.
that you feel, they can come, or you have specific characters that you pinpoint.
Okay, the funny thing is, I can end up having specific friends that I have called, and then among my friends has other friends. So they'll tell me, nianze naliaka niko na beshte yangu fulani, sinimwi. And that is how I always end up having more people in my house than the friends had planned for. And I don't judge. Ukikuja and you feel like joining us, we kuja tu.
Okay. So as we conclude, what's your love language?
Live love and love yourself. Love life,
Yeah.
be positive, and never ever assume that nothing is impossible.
Let me ask you again. What is said done to you by the father of your kids, and you feel that is why I love him?
Okay, to Paul, he's called Paul. He's someone that I've known. Actually, I've known him since we were kids.
Okay.
So he's not someone that I just met when you grew up. And I'm the same person nilikuwa namtafutia madem. Unaona?
You're happy.
Yes. Ate, like, you'll tell me, mimi nataka dem akona shape hivi, nataka dem.
Until you became one.
Hata the father-in-law ucheka na niambia nyinyi mlikuwa mnatakana. Nikutupanga mlikuwa mnatupanga.
To
Yes, he's my childhood friend. And my mom taught him.
Okay.
And then when we grew up, there's a time to part ways. Then later on we met. Unaona? And your time he wanted to settle down. Na alikuwa ananituma nataka mwalimu, nataka dem anakaa hivi.
And so you were a teacher also.
And I'm a teacher.
You must have sold yourself.
I did. I did.
You,
It is, I don't know, maybe it was a way. Maybe yeye alikuwa na mamistari ni vile alikuwa anashindwa vile
anasema.
Yes, because you'll tell me, nataka dem akona ameumbwa, akona haga, mwalimu.
Kumbe wewe ndo.
Kumbe ni mimi na sijui. Mimi unaenda kufanya nini? Unaenda kuhantia mtu, kumbe you are the hunted ones. And that is why when he told me he's serious, like he would want to start a relationship with me, I decided to give him a chance.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm happy. I'm really happy I never made the wrong choice. It was the best choice because he's one person who has supported me through my education, through ensuring that I end up one day being a woman who is working, supportive to my family.
Okay.
Si rahisi upate bwana anaweza kaka hivi anatumia wazazi wako M-Pesa.
That's right.
Atu anaka hivi anaona tu message imekuja. It's not easy. Yeah. Like if your dad has issues or your mom. Like my dad had an issue last year. Nyumba yake ilibomolewa. You know he's the one who took charge of everything. You remember last year? Yes. You akisema sijui iko riparian land. It was the most painful moment in my dad. After being in that house, having bought it over 35 years back. No, unakuja unaambia iko kwa riparian land.
I remember that time I even called you very many times.
You did. You guys.
Because I understood what you were going through.
I know, right?
And the time you received my call, I heard you cry.
Yes.
It really broke my heart.
It was emotional. You know, kagorofa hivi unaona tu ikigongwa inashuka. And he stood with my dad, akamsupport. So to find a husband like that, a supportive husband, mwenye hata unamwambia leo naenda sijui Mombasa, leo sijui naenda tuko na mabeshte yangu kuna nini wanataka tuende Kisumu. And he'll give you a go ahead without doubting at she's a married woman, kwa nini anaenda. He has never doubted me on that. Nikiwambia naenda Mombasa, hata he funds me. He funds me, ananipatia do. Yes, he funds me. Nikiwambia naenda Kisumu, naenda Naivasha, naenda sijui Samburu. He does the funding. And
I think that is the trust that we need.
Yes.
So can you tell my viewers the last thing?
Stop limiting your wife. Let her enjoy life. Let her know that marriage is not the end. She needs to have time for herself and for her girlfriends.
But we must have some limitations.
Yes, there is limitation, but akikwambia hata nenda 2 days, 3 days. Give her that freedom. Give her that freedom.
I think we got to go with
that. Yes.
Thank you so much for it. Has been an incredible show. We've enjoyed everything, the talk, and I know you must have learned something out of the show that we've had. Thank you so much, Emma.
Welcome.
Bungoma girl.
Yeah, from Kimilili.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I think we got to find another time so that we can talk much more about love.
I'm available.
Manze, special thanks to Fortune Green. Again, I don't take it for granted the way they've accepted to host us. And wako na kila kitu hapa. When you want accommodation, uko na mtu wako mahali unataka kukuja, rooms are cheap. They will give you food, they will give you everything that you want here. They also have a bar, they have a hotel, they have accommodation, they have a conference hall, they have a reception place where you can do your meetings and everything, and weddings and everything. So thank you very much for sitting down with me. My name is Nick. See you next time. And kindly do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that no show will bypass you. See you next time. Goodbye. Love you.